everyone. I am Mystic Michelle, your intuitive wisdom mystic. I'm coming to you today for a dark moon reading. So in my practice of what I do, I have come to this understanding this and this knowing that I'm still trying to get a full picture of, but of what the dark moon is. And I've had a real call to action to start providing the dark moon readings. And for me, the dark moon's this gate period. So after the full moon comes in, we spend this whole time of releasing. And we release. And then we come to the time where the sky is completely dark. And that is the time when the new moon's coming. And so some people see that as the new moon being that whole period. It's about a 3-day window of darkness where there's no moon in the sky. And so I see this as a gate. And in that gate time, there is this almost like this vacuum effect. Like I feel within myself that it is a time of whatever we were focusing on releasing during that from that full moon up until the new moon, that this is the time to really just kind of shove it out the door, right? To really return it back to the earth. You can even return it back up into the stars. And so for me, this is what I am starting to understand and starting to recognize about this full moon energy, this dark moon energy. And so we're going to see what the dark moon energy would like you to focus on at this time, during this gate. Fun fact, when I was doing the pulling for the reading, all the lights in my building went out. And when I went to actually start doing the reading and recording the reading, all the lights turned back on. So, fun stuff. So we're starting off this dark moon reading with the Grail 7. The Grail 7 is here to ask you to take a look within yourself. What delusions are you holding yourself at? What self-deprecating stories are you holding on to that are preventing you from moving forward? It's very important in this time to really take a look at those things. The dark moon comes after a time of release, and so now we are really focusing in on this release of these things that are no longer serving. And so the illusions that you have in regards to your own character or the stories that somebody else told you is really important to figure out what story you're going to let go of this dark moon. So we come in next after that, after discovering and releasing what no longer serves us, we're coming to the Star. The Star card is a prophecy, is a indication of a new beginning for you, something that is going to be, I want to say earth-shattering, but just like clarity even would be earth-shattering at this moment in this time of release. This, what you've been holding on to, that feeling of unworthiness or that fear that's been holding you back, the prophecy card cannot come in without releasing that, because when you get into the point of allowing this to come forward, trusting the universe, trusting your ancestors and your guides that you're on your right path, there's going to be this clarity of this is why this is happening, this is how this is happening, and this is how it's going to work. And that is just around the corner, especially as we go into the new moon energy. So we have the Stone Hollow come up, which is really appropriate if you're following any type of Celtic tradition. We have already entered the time period of the winter, and the Stone Hollow appears during the winter time. Now, the Stone Hollow is one of the last collected grails in the, or hollows in the Grail story, and this is a representation of the knowledge and the wisdom that you hold. This card is reflecting that this prophecy that we're expected to see has a lot to do with that inner knowing, that stuff that maybe nobody else in your life understands, that knowing that you are on your right path. That's where the Stone Hollow is. That's where, how it's coming up in this reading is that following this release of all this energy, that's usually brought to you by somebody else, there is a unfolding that's going to happen of this wisdom, this and knowing is the word that just keeps popping out. It's that gut internal feeling, and maybe nobody in your life understands this clarity that you have and this mission that you hold. There may be one person who truly understands it, but just know that that is from within, and you should trust it. Trust that knowing of yourself. That's why you have to let go of whatever those things are that don't serve you, so you can get to this point of trusting that inner wisdom. And so we have, after the Stone Hollow, we've got the Stone 10 coming in, and the Stone 10 is really just, It's coming in as a place of refuge, or a place that is the storage bank of all of that wisdom, where you can hold this stone hollow. And so the stone 10, actual place where you set down all this information of this knowing from the stone hollow. A lot of this information that's coming in for you, this clarity that you receive, this knowing, this has a lot to do with the ancestral lineage that you hold. This is the information that's being passed down to you. That knowing is something that you either dealt with in a past life, or it is something that your ancestors are asking you to remember. And so you got to go into that space of yourself, wherever this is held, within your DNA, within your mind, within the astral realm. This is here for you, and it's just about taking the quiet. Now, the thing I love about the Stone 10 card, this is in reference to the winter time and this isolation. If you saw my Samhain reading, we talked a lot in regards to the isolation of going in and actually finding that inner self. And so the Stone 10 card is coming in as like an actual physical building that's covered in snow. Why would you want to go anywhere? And that is where all the information is stored and held. This is where what you've got to access, and it is available to you. It's just about getting those voices that are telling you that what you're doing is not right. Get rid of that card. This is what you're supposed to actually be looking for. And if it's a knowing deep within your bones, then go with it. Trust it. Follow it. Search for people in your life that actually understand that too. That way, if you have that feeling of being alone, you'll find one person who might actually know and make you feel a little bit less crazy. So for the little bit of plant wisdom that we have going on, we've got lemon balm coming in. This is the message to hold during this next couple days of the dark moon period, and this is nurture. Lemon balm, if you don't know, is a fantastically amazing antibiotic, antiviral, antibacterial. It's got so many healing properties. I can't even think of all of them right now. This is one of my favorite plants to work with. I use it in chaps. I make my own chapstick with this plant. And it is such a soothing plant. It is such a plant that just really, even from the way that it smells, if you've never smelled lemon balm, like even when it's growing on the plant, it just smells like lemon and gives this like euphoric calm that comes in, and it's part of that like nurturing aspect. So lemon balm is coming in today under this dark moon energy to ask you and remind you that you have the permission to nurture yourself in a way that other people didn't nurture you. Be that adult for yourself that you didn't have as a child. Hold yourself accountable for the things that you've done, but also hold yourself in wisdom. And once you've released that, because once you've released this energy, this energy of this delusion that you've had, that you've held on to, that was somebody else's, once you release this energy, there is going to be a need to fill it back up. And so that we're filling that back up with a nurture. We're filling that hole up as the adult, talking to our younger selves, giving them the love that they didn't have, that we didn't have, that you didn't have. That's what the message from Lemon Balm is fill yourself back up with that nurturing, because if you don't, you're gonna have a void. We don't want a void. We want to fill that back up with the good light after everything. So take time, nurture yourself in this dark moon, so that once this is gone, we can start bringing in that new prophecy, that clarity that you've been looking for. So the last card we have coming in, and this is going to be your healing, what you should be looking at as far as your healing goes. In this time of the dark moon energy, perhaps this should have been the first card that we pulled, but this is how it came in, and this is where we're going. And what we have is rejection. It's a pretty heavy card, but if you're a little lost on what that delusion is, that unworthy feeling, that ultimately comes down to this rejection. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is a new rejection. A lot of us have this rejection that has come through us throughout our lives, especially when we are trying to tap into the wisdom of the ancient, the wisdom that our ancestors have passed down to us. But honestly, this rejection is something new, something familiar, something has triggered this within you that is giving you the sense that you are not worthy of what is coming and what is unfolding. And so that is the delusion that we got to look at, that you got to push away, because it's not coming from you. That is a story that has been told to you over so long. And then because it's been told to you through your life, then what we focus on, we attract. So if we believe that we are rejected and we are going to continue to be rejected for being our true selves or for walking in our wisdom, then that is what we will find. And so this would be a great time in this energy of the dark moon to let go of that rejection and honestly call in the comfort of your ancestors, who are actually going, or your guides, or your whatever people that you are currently working with, the way that you can hold yourself, the way that they can hold you in light while you go through this experience of letting go of rejection. We want to fill that back up with light. And so you can go and sit under the moon in the comfort of Mother Moon, and while she's all nice and dark, and sit and feel that energy. It's a gate, it's open. Allow what needs to come through at this time to come through, to comfort you, to hold you, so that you know that at the end of the day, you aren't rejected. You are actually held in so much light. It's just coming back to that inner knowing, finding the clarity. Allowing yourself that knowing, and finding a place to store that knowing so that nobody can take it away from you again. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll have another reading coming out for the new moon. I believe that I'm going to be posting that on Monday, so that will be coming out soon, and we'll see you then. Until then, happy healing.